Hello, hello. I am coming to you today with some tips and strategies for surviving conferences as an introvert. We have Keller Williams family reunion coming up this weekend, and so I thought it would be an appropriate time to share my favorite tips for getting through a crazy huge conference with, I don't even know how many, 15,000, 20,000 people. It's a lot of people. Even on a smaller scale, even a few thousand people can be very overwhelming. So here are my favorite strategies for surviving and making the most out of a conference without leaving it feeling completely exhausted. All right, so tip number one, book your own hotel room. If you're going to family reunion in a few days, it might be too late for this, but in the future, try to get your own room. If it's in the budget, it really makes a difference to have your own quiet space that you can go back to whenever you need a rest. Number two, do not go to everything. Don't go to every breakout. Don't go to every session. Pick and choose. Only go to a few a day, because here's what's going to happen. If you've never been to one of these before, you're going to wake up first thing in the morning. You might have a breakfast meeting. You have sessions all day. And then we're going to have dinner with everybody. And then we're going to go out for drinks afterwards. And then we're going to stay out till 2 in the morning. And then you're going to do the whole thing over again. It's too much for most people. It's really important to build in breaks and give yourself permission to not go to everything. I'm going to say that again. I know you spend a lot of money to go to these conferences. It's okay to not go to everything. In fact, it's better to not go to everything because your brain will get overwhelmed regardless. Even if you go to one session a day, that's going to be a lot of information to process. So pick and choose, give yourself time to rest. Okay, tip number three or four, I don't remember. It's okay. Stay in a hotel as close to the convention center as possible. And for the women, wear comfortable shoes. Don't wear heels. I made this mistake my first conference. I wore these huge stilettos and they looked great, but it was so tiring walking around these huge convention centers in stiletto heels. Like, it zapped my energy. So wear comfy shoes and stay in a hotel close to the convention center. The reason for that is it's easier to go take a break and get away from all the people. Tip number four, have groceries delivered to your hotel. There are a lot of places that can do this. It's become even easier the past few years, but that will ensure that you have healthy snacks, bottles of water, and it means you don't have to leave your hotel room to go find food. It means you can just have everything you need right there. And tip number five is to make sure that you plan a rest day after you get back, if at all possible. Don't jump back into things. Give yourself time to rest. Give yourself a break. Give yourself time for your brain to process everything. And don't try to implement everything that you learned. Try to implement just one thing at a time. One thing this month, another thing, in 3 months. Just take it slow. Bonus tip, if you're looking for a quiet space, usually convention centers have multiple levels, and most things will happen on that first main level. That's where the main stage is. That's where the vendor hall is. If you need a quiet space, you need a break from all the people and the music and the lights, just go up 1 floor or 2 floors, and you'll usually find a lot of quiet spaces, couches, restrooms without lines, and breakout rooms that aren't being used. So those are my tips. Enjoy, let me know what you think, and please share this video if you think it's helpful.